before I address the Breakthrough Player of the Year, it's hard to quantify this, but I don't think we've ever seen this many great young players in their early 20s coming on the tour and pushing guys, you know, really with chances to win these stops or at least to take down big names. We saw Burgos take down Lutro Cordova, Dermot Mulkerns nearly take down Daniel Cordova, Jab Bike taking down Leo Canales, Ray beat me and then almost made the semifinals in Juarez. So even though Ray has only played in one stop, he really impressed me. And I'm not sure he can be, at this point, the Breakthrough Player of the Year, but if he has another great tournament here in Salt Lake City, I know he's going to play Daniel, and you know he has a good chance, I'd say, to make the semifinals. If he does that, I would say definitely Ray, but Jab Bike has been very impressive. I know that you know he hasn't had as much success in the 4-wall. He's had a couple losses. I'm sure he wishes he would have won, but he did well in the 3-wall icebreaker, so he's got himself in that top 13, and he played well here in Salt Lake City. So I would say between those guys, but then you've also got Ivan Burgos, who entered this stop at number 8, and he got bounced in the round of 32, so he'll be out of the top 8, but he also had a great year when you consider he beat Luis Cordova, who was number 1 at the time, on Luis's home court. And he's had some other good wins against Shorty, beat me, beat Sam. So he's had a very good year. So depending on what happens in this tournament, I'd say either Ivan or Ray or Jab.
Yeah, I definitely think I think seeing Claudia, like she's like I played her I think maybe last year for the first time ever, and then just seeing her like playing in the nationals and playing on the tour and like all these different tournaments that she's like come out to, and just where she's been standing and like just seeing how much more confident she is, like at the tournaments, where when I first met her it was kind of like, she's still really young, so just seeing her like behavior at the tournaments, I think is the biggest development I've seen this season.
There's some new talent, like Ray's coming to tournaments, Ivan's got to semis and he's doing better. Even like Sam Esser's been having some good results, but as far as like one person who's clearly the breakthrough, I can't.
A breakthrough player, so I played Alicia in 2 out of the 3 finals, but I know she kind of made her breakthrough maybe last season. And then I played Sienna in the final in St. Louis, but again, like she's been around on and off on the tour for a good few number of years. So I like Claudia Monroe is definitely improving every tournament, and I know she had some big wins, like not necessarily on the tour, but like in the collegiates and the women's classic last weekend as well. So yeah, she's doing really well.
I can't remember where Ivan started the year, but I feel like this was his first full year playing the Pro Tour, and I think he kind of showed off the talent he had with some games against Luis, and I think he beat Dave Fink this year, he beat me this year, so I think he kind of announced himself for, seasons going forward.
Yeah, I would say 2 people come to mind, like E Ft, she has just come over here and she started playing in the pro stops, and even her improvement, like I played her in St. Louis, and then I haven't played her in any of the pro stops since, but I've played her in a couple other tournaments, and she's just improved a lot. And I think if she stays around and keeps going to the tournaments, I can see her really coming through and having a breakthrough. And then I'd say Alicia as well. She's really had a good breakthrough, and I think if she would have been able to come to all the tournaments as well, she would have been high up and finished really well.
I think the breakthrough player this year is Ivan Burgos, without a doubt. Yeah, he's had a really good showing. I think he ended up making the semifinals in Juarez. That tournament, he beat me. We've had a lot of tough matches, him and I, and he's beat a lot of good players and stuff, and he's been, winning most of his playoff games. So I think he's really had a breakthrough, and that's part of the reason why he's number 8 coming into the Players' Championship as well.
I wouldn't see her as a breakthrough player because I've known her and played against her all the time, like in Ireland. But I guess considering it's Niamh Heffernan's first year showing up on the tour, and she's done pretty well, and I would think she'll do pretty well this weekend, I'll go with her.
We got so many young guys this year. They're all having really good tournaments. I mean, Ivan, Mark again, Ray, maybe Ray. John Bike's playing really well Man, that's a tough question. I think maybe Ivan again, just because he's ranked the highest out of all those guys. But I mean, there's so many young players that have a lot of potential, which is cool to see.